Pika, 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 boo! Hello, what's up? Um, so as per the title, today we're going to talk about co-op. And for those who don't know, a co-op is like cooperative. It's uh, an internship, a hands-on internship, uh, or work placement, if you can put it like that, in the field of study that you're actually studying. Okay, so I wanted to make that video like a month, 2 months ago, but I didn't do it because I hadn't landed a co-op yet. And as you know, when I do a video, it's something I've researched or something I've experienced myself. So it means that I got a co-op and I love it. I love it. So it's exactly what I wanted. It's in regard with networking, with innovation, with planning, and all these kinds of good stuff. So I want you to be able to let it go up as well. So my tip number one is start early. So I'm going to talk in regards to domestic student who doesn't have experience or international student, because many times international students do not have experience, or the experience that they acquire in their country doesn't match for whatsoever reason in Canada. So when I say start early, knock doors. So if you don't have experience, go and knock a door and say like, hey, I have this amount of hours per week. I would like to come to your company and learn. And I did that for free because I didn't have experience. If someone advised me to like never work for free, and I think he's right because everyone's worth money. But I was like very like, I lacked self-confidence. I was just like, they wouldn't take me, and I so wanted to learn. So my goal was to work with them a couple of months and then show them that I'm a good worker and land a co-op with them. Things happened that I didn't land a co-op with them, but this is another story. And I have a co-op of my dream, and I'm not the type of person who actually like blacklist or put dirt or gossip about a company when something goes wrong, even though whatever. Yeah. So for those who don't have experience, go and knock doors and be like, hey, I want to do that. If you do a good job, chances are that they're going to take you. If they don't take you, you'll have a reference. So you can always like, you'll have a learning, you'll have a reference, you can always apply somewhere else. And this is what happened. I didn't know anything about WordPress, so I learned. I'm not a super genius of WordPress, but I know how it works, and it can help me build other websites as well. So all good. So the second, I'm just looking at my list here because I have tips, and I've written them down, and I don't want to forget any points. So yeah, so oh, point number one is start early. Point number two is build connection. So I have a video somewhere here. So I have a video that actually talks about networking, and this helped me a lot. I actually got my co-op through that. Does it mean that it was not like it was not something it was meritocratic? I went through the interview, I went through the application, but the thing is that I was very desperate. I didn't know whom to turn to, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I started reaching out to people, to teachers, to person that I knew on at the school who were on LinkedIn, and like I called. So there was a person who said like, hey, there's this thing called I-Co-op, which stands for Innovation Co-op, which is on Georgian Connect, and Georgian Connect is the platform where all the job posts are for students going on co-op where you can apply. So there's this I-Co-op on Georgian, so you should apply for that, and I'm sure you're going to be good. And so I applied, and the first thing is that I got rejected. I was devastated. I was just like, oh, okay. And I was like, nope. The deadline was not done, wasn't over yet. So I was just like, I'm going to try again. So I changed my cover letter completely. I changed my cover letter completely, and I gave additional reference letters. There was a manager who always told me, rather give more paperwork than less. What I mean by that, don't overload your cover letter or your resume, but like supply letters, like your resume, your portfolio, your reference. So give that. And I got it! I love that so much. It's really fun. It's exactly what I wanted, like talking to companies and getting to network. And I'm just so in love with business. It's the one thing I could do for the rest of my life, even though I'm not paid for it. But anyway, long story short, build connection. Ask people. Don't be afraid to ask. Like reach out to people because people won't know. And as I said in my video in regards to networking, your first connection is actually your teachers. You're in college, these people are in the field, so if you work well in their class, chances are they can advocate for you or you can actually work for them. So do that. If whenever they're giving you work, do it very well. If you're looking for co-op at the moment, chances are you already have and I'm going to talk in regards to IT and tech because this is where I'm studying actually. So if you're looking for co-op at the moment, chances are that you already have a GitHub account. So put your work on GitHub and you'll have more exposure as well. If you can go on Code Academy online to get more challenges, it never hurts. The good thing about IT is that they do ask for your grades, but they look at what you can do, more at what you can do than actually your grades. So if you show that you can do 100%, why won't they take you? I know they're asking for experience, blah, 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 but you're a co-op student. And another tip I'm going to give you, and you can tell that to the employer when they employ you. So whenever you go on co-op, they can reclaim that tax. They don't pay tax on that. So you're actually an advantage to them when they government pay them like a sum of money. They don't get tax on it. So you're actually an advantage to them when they hire you for co-op. And if you have all this portfolio and all these things, you're just an asset. Basically, you're just an asset. And the last one is apply anywhere. Apply on Georgian Connect, apply on Indeed, apply on LinkedIn, apply just anywhere. If you apply like 10 job posting per day, chances are that you're going to land at least one of them. And what I did, even though they were not saying internship, but I looked if it was entry level, I can just say like, okay, it's entry level, I can work for you for X amount of time. And if they're going to ask, if they're looking for an entry level, so they're not looking for like a shit ton of experience, but they can like take you. And as I said, it's an advantage because if you're in Canada, the government pays a certain amount of money and they don't pay tax. So yeah, all this good stuff. So basically, to wrap up, I have these 3 tips for you. So it's totally build connection, apply anywhere. And another thing is that if you don't get a job, let's say you've applied to hundreds of them and you don't get a job, the school will see that you actively applied. So chances are that you can apply for next semester, or they can do something for you in regards to your credit because you've done the work. That's all they ask for, like you doing the work. As long as you can prove that you've done the work, you're actively searching, there's no way, like, there's not a solution for you, right? So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope these tips sorry, I hope these tips have helped you, and I hope to see you soon in new videos with tips and tricks as well. Enjoy! Bye!